21st century medicine is advancing at a blinding pace. But many doctors are the first to admit they don't have all the answers. For every modern miracle cure, there can also be a traditional home remedy, a herbal alternative, or an ancient therapy people swear by. Many of these treatments have been handed down the generations. But how many of them actually work?
Hello. Step into my office, Stevie.
Thank you.
I'm Jan Fran.
Why do you think it works?
And in this new series, we meet the everyday Australians who claim their homespun health cures work miracles.
What do you got? Plain yogurt or dandruff?
It is hemp kombucha.
Breastfeeding enhancing smoothie.
The most promising treatments will be scientifically trialled by an independent research team.
All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
But first, they have to convince our team of medical experts.
This could be life-changing for the health of Australians.
Journalist and doctor Ginny Mansberg,
I'm trying to fight my science brain, I really am.
medical research specialist Professor Ash Hake,
I just have to make a confession. I'm a convert.
and groundbreaking neurosurgeon Dr Charlie Teo.
Everyone thinks of medicine as being black and white, that we have the answers to everything. It's not true. In fact, many of these alternative treatments may be the answer that we've been searching for decades.
It cures a cough and it's a beer.
Yeah.
With diverse remedies,
I'm a laughter researcher.
I make my own deodorant.
I believe I've discovered a cure for baldness.
Boldness?
Yeah.
from the traditional
My grandfather passed down to my father, and I was passing on to me.
This is a Peruvian smell. You probably feel
I've
that.
smelled that before.
to the controversial.
Drink it and you should be cured.
Cured.
Cured. This saved my vagina.
You're what?
And extreme.
It's maggot tea.
No.
No way is that going up mud.
Oh my God.
The pressure is on to decide
That tastes great.
which treatments are worthy of a real-world scientific trial.
Asha, I'm going to completely disagree with you here. I think this is everything that this show is about.
This is medicine or myth. Under close inspection this week,
No way, you've got rid of your diabetes
Absolutely.
altogether.
Yeah.
is this the holy grail for one of Australia's biggest epidemics?
Oh my goodness.
Raw meat for infected wounds.
You had that in your bed?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And a remedy to nab those nits
Getting lice out of that would not be fun.
could also help the family budget.
It would have saved us thousands of dollars, Paddy.
First up is 47-year-old Sydney-sider John. He believes combining the unusual ingredient of hemp with a trendy drink could be the cure for one of Australia's biggest health problems.
My name is John, and I have a remedy called Hemp Kombucha, and that's for type 2 diabetes. I would have to put my hand on heart and say the hemp kombucha changed my life and got me back on my feet, that's for sure.
Kombucha is a fermented tea drink which originated in China around 2,000 years ago. Many drink it for its widely reported health benefits, including boosting immunity and gut health.
Okay, how to make your own hemp kombucha at home. 1, 2, 3, easy steps. Watch me, come here. So first we stir together the black tea and cane sugar and boiled water. After straining that, we then add the live culture, which is called the SCOBY. It's a symbiotic body of cultures and yeast and bacteria. It's all the good stuff that's really good for good gut health. Leave it covered for about 4 days. Then just add a teaspoon of hemp after it's fermented. Go hemp kombucha. And to have hemp kombucha put on trial, getting that feedback from other people who have suffered the way I've suffered, well, that would be fantastic.
But how will our experts react to John's controversial added ingredient, hemp?
Hi.
Hello there.
Hi.
What's your name and why are you here?
Well, my name is John, and I'm here to talk about hemp kombucha for type 2 diabetes.
So I've got to ask you, because I'm like a card-carrying nerd, right?
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
hear
yeah,
hemp and
yeah.
I'm thinking, you're just having this to get, like, you're getting high, aren't you? Like, seriously, what's going on with the hemp?
I'm delighted that you said that because it's a huge myth now. But in actual fact, hemp is not a drug, hemp is a superfood. But it does come from the cannabis plant. So it's an extract of the plant. And actually, I do believe very strongly that this actually did save my life.
Oh.
Although both hemp and marijuana derive from the cannabis family, hemp only contains trace amounts of psychoactive properties. Made legal in Australia in 2017, hemp seed is one of the highest sources of plant-based protein, rich in healthy fats and various minerals.
Okay, John, can you give us a little bit of background, how you came across it?
I was travelling in the underground in London, ended up waking up in the hospital
This was years ago or recently?
2 years ago, and I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. They did a lot of blood tests and they discovered that it was at 19%. So as you guys are experts, you'll no doubt know.
Huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
it was through the roof.
You're talking about the hemoglobin A1C test, which measures your sugar for the last 3 months. And diabetics who try and keep below 10, but for anyone healthy, we want it really below 7.
Okay, so this is particularly interesting for me. I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes and my fasting blood sugar was 8.
Okay, that's not so free.
Not so good.
doesn't
And
sound
it should have
good.
been less than 5, shouldn't it?
5.4 and below is normal. 7 and above is technically diabetes, although a single high blood sugar does not a diagnosis of diabetes make. So I'm so glad you had a number of tests. We've definitely confirmed it.
Yeah.
Approximately 1 million Australians suffer from type 2 diabetes. It's expected to become the most common disease in Australia by 2023, ahead of cancer and heart disease. One of the biggest risk factors is obesity. Currently, almost 2 in 3 Australian adults are considered overweight or obese.
And I actually discovered at that time that I wasn't suitable for the drug, which was metformin. But the wonderful Chinese doctor suggested that I drink some hemp kombucha.
And do you still have type 2 diabetes?
No.
No way. You've got rid of your diabetes
Absolutely.
altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And how do you know that your diabetes is cured? You've gone back and had blood tests?
Yes. After about 5 weeks on hemp kombucha, I went back and the doctor said, well, I'm quite surprised. He said, what have you been doing? Of course, I did do some exercise. I also ate sort of lighter food.
Yeah, sure. Have you lost significant weight? Were you fat?
Never fat. Perhaps I had a bit of weight on me. But never fat.
So, Ginny, if a patient of yours had gone away, exercised, lost some weight, improved their diet, would you expect them to be cured after 5 weeks?
No. No, I'd expect them to have trimmed down, look as amazing as you do now, John,
Thank you.
maybe. Can we try this while we're chatting?
Yes, we can.
Because I'm not a hemp person, so I'm like feeling really
and you're
risque
thinking,
right
how's
now.
it going to taste and what's it going to be like? And look, the great thing is this is really nice in terms of on the palate. So
Shall we do
here
it?
we go.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
I feel like I'm at the Grand Prix.
Not dissimilar to champagne.
So it is the champagne of soda drinks.
Can we join in, do you think, you two?
I
Come
think that
over.
you can.
Come,
Yes,
let's
I
do
think
it.
that you
It's
can.
party time.
And if you don't mind, I'll be having some of that myself.
Hope
So,
you
and it
will.
almost like pours like a beer. So
Cheers.
I'll
Cheers.
Did
John.
you hear your
Thank you
feedback?
for
Thank you very
coming here
much.
today.
Lovely.
Thank you for having me.
It's not too sweet. Is this doing it for you, Ash? You're the beer drinker.
Well, it tastes really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's palatable.
It's a bit like having a soft drink without all the bad stuff because there's nothing in here that's not good for the body.
We have a tsunami of diabetes coming for Australians.
Yeah.
And poorly controlled diabetes is a killer.
Yeah.
It will give you heart attacks, strokes, it will destroy your feet.
Yeah.
And we need to be getting diabetes rates down in this country.
Yeah.
And something that you can make in your kitchen when you don't even know how to boil an egg in 15 minutes is instantly piquing my interest as something really exciting.
I agree.
We love your hemp kombucha and we love the fact that you had diabetes and you don't anymore. If this is as good in other people as it has been for you, your little drink could save a lot of lives in this country. So congratulations. We're going to take your hemp to trial.
Kombucha, thank you very much. Great, great, great.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And I'll give you one now. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Excellent. Had a wonderful time.
All right.
And have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Lovely, lovely. What a character.
Earlier, John impressed with his hemp kombucha remedy.
No way, you've got rid of your diabetes altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And our experts seized the opportunity to find out if it really can cure type 2 diabetes.
Congratulations, we're going to take your hemp to trial.
To put each remedy to the test, we've enlisted an independent scientific team to conduct clinical research, collecting data from carefully selected patients who trial the remedy. Each study runs for up to 12 weeks, depending on the remedy, and participants are selected from across Australia. Here are some who are currently suffering from type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes and have agreed to trial John's hemp kombucha.
5 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
41-year-old Jason is afraid of what could happen if he isn't able to control his diabetes.
A really good friend of mine had diabetes and passed away, and I don't really want to go in that direction.
And Sydney-sider Caroline has resorted to drastic measures to manage her pre-diabetes.
I lost 20 kilos and that's helped bring my blood sugar down quite dramatically, but it's still too high.
While Rohit is worried that his pre-diabetes will develop into a more serious diagnosis.
I've seen a lot of people have to inject themselves every day with insulin. I don't want to have that kind of effect in my life.
Our participants will drink 100 mils of hemp kombucha each morning for a week, recording their blood sugar levels on the 1st, 3rd and 7th day.
Here is my brewing kombucha.
That's yum.
We'll do a finger prick.
And a few days into the trial, some blood sugar levels are already looking promising.
There is something that's working with this kombucha. Why? Because it brought it down by a good 0.8 count, which is substantial.
Find out if John's hemp kombucha remedy will be a success later in the program.
I haven't done a science project in a couple of years, so this is fun to do.
It's time to reveal the results for John's diabetes remedy.
Hi.
Hey, John.
Lovely to see you.
Welcome back.
Lovely to see
Thank you for having me back.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
His hemp kombucha
So,
wowed our experts.
Well,
Do you still have type 2 diabetes?
no.
No way, you've got rid of your diabetes altogether.
Yeah.
And was put to the test by people across the country in an independent scientific trial.
That's yum.
With type 2 diabetes expected to become Australia's most prevalent disease, is John's remedy really the answer to a health problem affecting over 1 million Australians?
So, John, the moment of truth. We all have a personal interest in this. Ginny, because, of course, she sees a lot of patients. I, because I had pre-diabetes. And I'm sure you're as anxious to hear about the results as we are.
Yes, I am.
OK, so we have the results, John.
Yeah.
They're very promising.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
75% of the participants had an improvement in their fasting blood sugar level.
Yes, that's fantastic news. I'm delighted to hear that.
It is very good news. I personally, and Ginny shares this, think that the improvement was actually quite significant.
Oh, wow.
It was 1.5 millimoles per litre improvement in their fasting blood sugar level. So I think that's very good. Because that's really huge. Yeah, I think that's enough to turn someone from diabetic to pre-diabetic and from pre-diabetic to normal. So I think it's quite significant.
In fact, some participants, like Caroline, saw an even more drastic drop in their blood sugar levels.
Within 3 days of starting the kombucha, I really noticed a huge difference. My blood sugar dropped from 8.1 to 5.1. I actually shared the results with my GP and she couldn't believe it either. So she was very positive about it.
We'll do a finger prick.
Incredibly, 31% found that John's hemp kombucha did not just lower their blood sugar, but completely resolve their symptoms.
Ah, not bad. 4.0.
Yes. Well, I'm absolutely delighted to hear that, and I'm delighted that other people will benefit from it, because to know that there's other people out there that can do something like this, which is cost effective and is available for everyone, really makes me very happy.
John, diabetes is just huge, and we've seen this enormous rise. We started in the 90s with 1.5% of Australians having diabetes, and now it's 6% and rising, with a huge number that don't know they have it.
Yeah.
And, you know, so many of my patients have particularly type 2 diabetes, and I think if we can reduce the blood sugar over a 7-day period, imagine what we could do with a higher amount, and I think that deserves greater study.
In terms of the research community, you know, we're understanding a lot more about how gut health impacts upon the health of your whole body.
Yes.
And, you know, your remedy has got this kind of microbial aspect to it with bacteria and yeast, and it may well be that some of this being introduced into your body has a beneficial effect.
Well,
John,
thank
I'm
you very
thrilled.
much
I'm thrilled for you. I'm
Thank
thrilled
you.
for the community and for the scientific community especially, that we can now sort of put some more science behind it all.
That's excellent. Well, thank you very much.
I need that recipe because I'm definitely going to make some.
Yes, I'll send
I
you
was
some.
waiting to get the results.
Yes, of course,
But
yes.
I'm going to make some. I'm going to have it at home.
Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Look, it was fantastic, and the fact that Hemp Kombucha is now out there and it's got some scientific backing, it goes from being something that is anecdotal to actually being a fact. When I first learned that I had type 2 diabetes, I was absolutely devastated. I was travelling in China at the time, and the doctor surprised me. He suggested that hemp mixed with kombucha could be an effective treatment. I made my own hemp kombucha at home, and after about 5 to 6 weeks of drinking it religiously, my diabetes symptoms literally went away. I'm John Leith, founder and creator of the Ausmedican Group, a medicinal cannabis healthcare company, and I created Hemp Kombucha, which is possibly the world's best health drink. We're celebrating and excited about the success of our first clinical trials, testing the efficacy of Hemp Kombucha in treatment of diabetes. The SBS Medicine or Myth program was the perfect way to share my story and hopefully help other people with type 2 diabetes. Having my Hemp Kombucha recipe tested in a clinical trial really validated how I felt and what my experience was. The SBS clinical trial was overwhelmingly positive, so we're confident as a company at the Ausmedican Group in investing into and scaling our research. We created Hemp Kombucha to make a world of difference and help as many people as possible. I want to stress the importance of speaking to your doctor, as this is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you'd like to try this next level health drink, it is available in over 250 retailers, including Flannery's, Whole Foods. Hemp Kombucha, chill, it's legal.